Did you buy a new cat or anything? Got a new dog in your life? Or
Nope, just one that's dying. You want to talk about that?
Jesus.
Oh my God! This boy mad as hell.
Wow. And we're back. Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast. I'm Andy Frasco. How's our heads? How's our minds? How's the music industry doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love the music industry.
Yeah, it's
So
great.
fun.
Is every industry bad?
So fun. It's so fun dealing with everyone.
I like how there's no narcissist in it, or
not one.
or people who are like really have a big ego,
Or
but
gatekeeping, or
or pretentiousness, or Hollywood wannabe shit, but you live in Denver. Or
Isn't it crazy how it's just such a pure industry?
It's so pure.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, how you doing, Nick?
Good. Just being gate-kept.
Yeah. What if I'm your gatekeeper?
If
I'm
it's,
like, no one gets funny man unless I get a little pocket, little nut.
that's really wide open for a joke there I'm not going to make.
Just say it.
No, because it's racist. Or no, it's more anti-Semitic, I guess. Is that racist?
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's racist.
You were even doing the voice.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you were doing the voice even.
No one gets a little bit till I get a little.
Yeah, but I'm not going to help him get
But
some
I'm not
either.
going to help him get some either. I'm just going to take.
Yeah. Oh, so you're an agent.
No, chill.
No, I actually like agents. We've been over this. That is our
Agents bring
third-
money.
What?
Agents bring all the money.
I'm pro-agent, actually.
I'm pro-agent.
You can actually quantify what they do.
What?
You can quantify what they do.
Explain.
Well, like if they you can actually, there's a hard data to say like they got you this much money more than you got last year or whatever.
True.
You know what I'm saying? With
Everyone should call their agent. Everyone, guys, this is what you need to do.
say, I love you.
Tell your agent how much you love them.
Yeah.
You know,
Send them $30.
Hey, Bo,
Send them a Venmo for $30.
grab my phone. I'm going to call John Bon Jovi.
I was an agent for like a year one time.
What?
I was an agent for a while in like 2012.
I was too.
I was actually pretty
I was
solid
actually
at
an
it.
agent during 2012 as well.
Really? For who?
Myself.
Oh, okay. I did like some other like.
I also booked. What's up, Bo? Thank you. Bo's back.
I worked for Dan.
Bo's back. He's back in the office.
I worked for Dan Rosinski.
Oh yeah.
I was pretty good at it for like the bands I was trying to book.
Couple people I want to call.
One, your agent.
I want to call Bayless. Talk about our Bayless tour. I want to talk about. Let's call Bon Jovi first.
Buongiorno. Mets are out of it.
Hey, you're on the podcast. Just want to say hi. We're You're on the podcast.
Yep.
Yep. We're doing. What are we doing today?
Calling our agent to thank
Calling
them.
your agent to tell them thank you for all the work and
For all the hard
for all
data.
the hard data you've been giving us.
Great metrics this year.
We just
bud.
want to say thank you so much for all you do for us.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for all you guys do. You guys work hard. And, you put me on the spot here. I haven't even had coffee in like 3 hours.
I know.
Whoa.
Well, that's as good. You're not supposed to be crushing a bunch of coffee. Your heart's gonna
Yeah.
explode, John.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, somebody get me a Celsius real quick.
So
Proven to work.
we're making sure all the bands that listen to us are going to call their agent and tell them how thankful they are that they bring all the money to the business. So I just want to say thank you so much for all that you do for us. Thank you for believing in us since the beginning. There's no bullshit here. We're just saying thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be 9 years next year. It's a
Whoa.
fucking life-
Yeah. What'd you say? I was your fifth tenure.
What's the 9-year anniversary? Good.
Yeah, I think of my roster, if you look at it today, I think he's been on the roster the fifth longest of everybody, which, I think that's true. Hold on, let me check real quick. I don't know. It feels like the right answer. Let's see who's been longer.
Okay.
That would be
Wood.
well, Chicano Batman doesn't exist. So Les Claypool, Dillinger Escape Plan.
Oh.
Convin.
Okay.
Damn, they've been around that long. Huh?
That's 3. New Master Sounds. That's 4.
Mhm.
My dudes.
And
But they're about to be done.
And Dweezil Zappa's 5, so you're 6.
Let's fucking go. I'll take
5?
Dweezil Zappa.
Oh, nice.
He's the longest, actually. He's 20 years.
Holy shit!
I know. I was like in middle school looking Dweezil Zappa shows.
Well, John, I just want to, no bullshit aside. There's no prerogative here. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all your help.
It's my prerogative.
Thank you for working so hard and always being there to always showing up and never canceling shows except for that one time.
Said that one time.
You felt so guilty that time.
I know.
You couldn't get over it. You were like, you would legitimately.
I don't cancel shows. I'm always there for people, right? I'm always there for people.
Yep.
Never cancel shows by Halloween.
As long as that
swim across the ocean.
Yep.
As long as that deposit goes through.
Thinking of always being there. I'll see you Wednesday at the meeting, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you.
Love you, buddy. Bye.
The weekly meeting.
There. John Bongiorno. Thank you.
Kiss your agent.
He knows exactly why I did that.
I don't actually know what's going on
fine.
right now, but I can kind of figure it out, I guess.
No, nothing. There's no prerogative. There's no gaslighting.
Prerogative means choice.
Yeah, I have a choice.
Okay, I don't know if you're exactly doing that word right, but okay, you got a better.
There's no gaslighting. There's no passive aggressiveness. I just wanted to thank the agent for bringing us majority of the money. That's all.
Can't argue that.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm a little tired, but I'm pretty good in general.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a great
What are you
weekend.
tired of?
Just like tired. I don't know.
You know what I'm tired of? Let me fucking tell you.
Oh God.
Gas prices. Hotel costs.
Oh, okay.
Flight costs.
Okay. All right.
That's all.
Gas is it high right now? I never even look
What?
at gas prices. It's just like nothing I can do about it. You know
Nothing
what I
you
mean?
can do about
When
it.
people complain about gas prices, it's like it's magic juice that makes you go 80 miles an hour, and you're complaining about it.
No.
You ever think about that though?
And then the people who complain are the ones who forcefully bought a car that only has 6 miles per gallon.
Exactly. Like you don't need that Ford F-150. You're a salesman for an insurance company. You don't need to. Why do you?
I love people who bitch about gas, but they're paying $700 a month for a fucking car that only has 6 miles per gallon.
Yeah, and then they Uber everywhere because they're alcoholics.
Dude, you know what? Fuck. By the way, fuck the DMV.
Oh, I couldn't agree
I was
more.
there all day today.
For what?
Because I've been on tour for 7 months and my tags are. And
you do it online.
They won't let me. I had to go inside.
What?
And then they took me to some machine that does it automatically.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't let me even get the tags. So now I have to ride dirty for another 2 months until 2026 tags are ready to go.
On your personal vehicle?
Yes.
Well, luckily no one in Denver gives a shit about that, and no one gets pulled over.
I've gotten 2 tickets now.
I have
parking tickets, but with my tags expired.
I have a friend.
Fuck you, Cherry Creek.
I won't say who he is. He has 2021 registration on his car, and he hasn't gotten pulled over once.
In Denver?
Yes.
Damn.
They got bigger problems here, I guess.
Damn.
You don't really see a lot of cops. I don't want to jinx myself.
I don't want to jinx myself.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to jinx myself.
Yeah,
I drove the Black Hawk, and I was driving dirty, but I also was
You did?
sober.
Did you gamble?
I just had a meeting with the bosses of
yeah?
Volume.
Well, yeah.
Shout out.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh,
he took
cool.
me out to dinner.
How'd it go?
It was good. He loves, he thinks our podcast is really popping off. And
Numbers
he likes
are
to
up.
thank Jack. Yeah, the numbers have gone. This is the highest our numbers have been for a long time.
Yeah.
So I thank Jack. I like to thank
Me.
Matt. I like to thank Eva. I like to thank you. Thanks, Nick.
A thankless cog in the wheel.
Didn't you like when I said, oh, yeah, me and Nick have a podcast together. We're fucking partners. What's the podcast name? Andy Frasco's World Saving Podcast.
What was that on again? Where was that? Was that on tour or talking to somebody? I can't remember.
We were talking to someone on the weekend.
That was really funny, though. Yeah, you're like, yeah, we have a podcast together. We're equal partners. Everything is equal, and we're the same.
Well, what's it called? Andy Frasco's
The Andy
World.
Frasco podcast featuring Andy Frasco, with special guest Andy Frasco.
Produced by Andy Frasco, directed by Andy Frasco, edited by Andy Frasco.
Yeah. Mommy's
I'm
special.
sorry for.
I don't
sorry
care.
for.
I think it's funny, actually, so I don't care.
Do you think I am like that?
No. I mean, it was called that before I was on it.
No. Do you think I am like that? Do you think I share the ball?
Yeah, you're fine. I've never been pissed at you about anything like that.
Because we've had a little band drama, and
here we go.
you know,
lock in people.
We've had a little band.
Everybody
drama.
just went like this in their car. Everybody just leaned forward like it was the end of a.
We've had a little
game.
band drama, and you know, we're just kind of just laying our cards out on the table. I mean, I realize we haven't done that ever in the existence of our career, 15 years.
Really? You've never laid the cards out?
I've never laid the cards out.
Ultimatum style?
Ultimatum and just what I want. You know?
Yeah.
I always just kind of, it was really freeing to me to finally say exactly what I wanted in something instead of just like keeping it in because you don't want to like piss people off. You know, like I think the reason why I get passive aggressive because I'm afraid to talk, to actually communicate. So I don't communicate, which makes me passive aggressive, which also means I'm basically fighting with my own fucking head for not actually being honest. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I think it helps that you're more successful. Like you can be more like that when you're more successful. Like 10 years ago, you just kind of have to take what you can get, you know?
Right.
When it comes
That's true.
When it comes to band members, it's like, what are you going to do? Like ask someone to come work for you for $75 a week.
And then tell them exactly what you're doing wrong.
Yeah. You got to pay a guy a certain amount of money before you can be bossy. I think.
Well, I always feel bad about that because, you know, we all started music because it was free. You know, it made us feel free. You know, it made us feel like why I started rock and roll is because in my imaginary head, now I realize it's completely fucking off. But
I know, man.
The music industry is the least freeing thing on the planet. You know?
Well, I don't know about that. That would be bold.
Well,
I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
Sorry.
In entertainment.
Least freeing thing versus what you thought was free.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. You know, like there's other things that are terrible.
Of course.
But you know they're terrible.
Yeah, I over-exaggerate.
I'll never forget when I first started dating Julie, I don't know, she'd start going to backstage and stuff and thought it was fun. And she's like, the music industry is such a beautiful thing. And I was like, bitch, wait 6 months.
Now what's she saying about the music industry?
Now she works in it.
Yeah, I know what she's saying about it.
She hates everybody, man. No, not really. But she definitely like doesn't suffer fools, you know? There's a lot of weird ego going around these days.
Well, yeah, it's like
everybody's trying to make up for their failures.
Chill.
It's not their fault they failed. I'm just saying, like, you're never gonna. Almost no musician gets to where they dreamed of.
Oh, like you're saying as a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot to be a fucking musician.
There's no guarantees.
You know, I'm not trying to like woo is me bullshit, but it takes a lot to fucking make this your full-time job.
Girl, you ain't lying.
And it's not like you have to be fucking dedicated.
Yeah.
And if you're not dedicated to it 120%, it's going to fucking eat you up.
Just getting good at your instrument.
Exactly.
Just
and
that
that's
level.
10% of it.
That's like the least important thing now. It's just sort of annoying, right?
Or just like you get to the point where you're a really good musician, but you're also at that point where everyone who graduated college is a good musician. So how are you going to stand out?
Right. I think a lot of people have a problem like with embarrassing them. Like it's a little embarrassing to promote yourself. You know what I'm saying? I think that kills a lot of people early. They don't want to like put themselves out there because it's like they get shamed or a little. I don't know.
Everyone calls me a cheap ass because I haven't moved up to a big ass tour bus. I'm like,
what's the point?
Also like once you go there, your band and everyone, your crew is expecting you to be on a tour bus. They're already divas when I got them to the bandwagon.
It's not that much different than a bandwagon, is it?
There's a little more space,
but a little, but
not really.
But I mean, you know, compared to where you were 2 years ago.
But you can never go backwards. The minute you start going backwards, everyone starts fucking.
The fans start talking
overguessing. The fans saying, "Oh, this band dropped off," or "This band dropped off." Oh, we're expecting one thing. We want that now.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. So like.
Armchair quarterbacks.
Yeah, armchair quarterbacks.
Jam band fans are really bad about that, actually. They love to get involved in the business shit. It's like fancy football for them or something.
But like the fans have no idea how much it actually costs.
No.
They're just fucking, they're playing fantasy football coach.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's bullshit. And then that puts more pressure on the musician that's already having pressure internally.
And it's like they revel in it. They like want people to fail weirdly. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't understand that shit. I don't get. When did we get to a society where we are looking forward to people's failures more than we're looking forward to our people's successes?
The American way.
But I think that's the problem. The American dream made people so competitive that we don't have each other's backs anymore.
But it's like these people aren't even in music. They're just fans and they're still rooting. And then they root for one band against, I don't know. It's so stupid.
But it's even with like, how do I explain this without fucking burning it? But it's even with like people who get, it's even people with like setting up festivals or setting up tours. You know, they're always going to pick what benefits the business instead of benefiting. Like maybe the musician wants this band to come on tour.
Margins are razor thin. That's why everybody's operating at a very low budget. So
I know, but like if margins are super thin, we all got to work together and like kind of like play ball with each other. Like like tour buses inflating their costs just because they can.
That's insane.
Fucking up the living economy of touring that makes bands not want to tour. And then they wonder why they inflated it, because now bands are like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm making money off fucking
bandwagon
or Twitch.
Yeah.
It's like they don't realize the ripple effect of not being in this together.
Right, because they're like in that weird capitalist mindset where they're like focused on right now instead of 5 years from now. And that's why a lot of those tour bus companies will probably go out of business at some point.
Yeah. Tour buses are going to go out of business.
They did it to themselves.
They overinflated when they're still trying to play catch up from 5 years ago during COVID.
They're caught up, dude.
They're caught up.
I'm sorry, you're
caught up.
Start
balancing the checkbooks a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Don't you want to build a relationship with your clients?
Tour buses companies they piss me off so much.
It's a racket, and it's like
so is rental gear companies.
Yeah,
they overcharge because
sure.
they know you have to.
$200 for a keyboard for an hour or something.
They've already made their money on it. I know it's a business.
Yeah,
but like,
what do they charge you? 10% of the cost of the instrument?
Usually? You wonder why these festival promoters aren't making any money, because they're getting overcharged by the stage company.
Yeah.
They're getting overcharged
porta potties.
By the porta potties. They're getting overcharged when they fencing.
So much shit goes into
rental gear.
Security.
They're getting overcharged by all that stuff.
Undercover cops.
And this is where I feel bad this is why I don't blame promoters for saying, fuck this.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a festival anymore.
I'll go work in finance. Fuck it.
Yeah.
If you're going to be miserable, you might as well have a job where you make money.
And, you know... And I feel like that's what musicians are doing too.
You're mad today. I like it.
I'm not mad.
You know what I mean.
I'm just disappointed.
Like a kid that got like C's on the report card. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm just not,
I get it.
When do we become a country that is we're just so thick. We just think of just ourselves.
Reagan.
And that's not a community. And that's why I think what makes me sad is we become people who are, if you're not in my 4 people echo chamber, I do not give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I'm protecting my herd or whatever. But, which is fine. But also we have to think about others. And we have to fucking play ball all around with different ideas, different landscapes, different ideologies, different thoughts, Yeah,
I'm with you 100%. I just don't think it's going to change.
It's never going to change. And that's what makes me sad. Like,
I got
in this rock and roll as rebellion.
Yeah, it was.
When did we stop being rebellious?
Imagine Dragons, maybe?
Actually, that's a good point.
As soon as Target commercials with Imagine Dragons, I mean, you know what I mean.
When did we stop being rebellious? As a country.
I'm telling you.
America was a fucking rebel.
The 80s. I'm telling you. It's all Reagan. It all started with Reagan.
Explain this.
It's just people started getting rich in the 80s and the whole finance thing and cocaine probably how it didn't hurt and just, nationalism. And I don't know. I just think it all started in the 80s. The 70s didn't really feel like that, did it?
Yeah.
But that's kind of when rock music started sucking. Right about it was more than 90s, but.
Bands don't have each other's backs anymore.
No, it's like sports.
It's sports. Everything's competitive.
Everybody talks
unless
shit
you're on
constantly.
like the same management company or the
And then
same
you're even
fucking
more
agency company. No one's giving other bands a shot.
Everybody's
They're just going back to the well.
Passive aggressive.
And everyone's pissed off about how successful they are.
Nepo babies.
Yeah. I'm the first time in my life I'm cool with my success.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah, but like, I could judge my success on other people that I used to do.
Slippery slope.
Yeah, and I feel free that way. But the minute I start doing that is the minute I start getting lazy with my competition.
You know what you should do is also compare yourself to people who are doing much worse than you.
We don't punch down, Nick.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying make fun of them. I'm just saying you got to.
No, and that's what I've done.
Yeah.
It's more of like we're losing the sense of community because we're making this so fucking competitive.
Yeah.
And that's not the reason why I joined rock and roll.
Is there too many bands?
If it was individual, I would have been a fucking band manager, which I was.
Yeah, you're probably good at it.
I was already a band manager.
I'm sure you were good at it.
For people who are listening to this podcast, I already been a band manager.
What are they?
I gotta speak subliminally. I can't.
You're doing your wizard thing. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know. I don't understand passive aggressive stuff sometimes. I'm not very good at it.
I'm not passive aggressive.
Okay.
I am more of, I've been in this industry
since
for a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important that I have a say in this industry too.
Yeah, of course. Well, you're the one making all the, generating all the income.
Not in my individual business.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying the people who are making
I see
the gatekeeping stuff
Yeah.
should bring the people in who fucking did the dark work for 20 years.
That's true.
Who was in the nitty and gritty, who knows what it takes to promote a show. Not the people who gave up on music when they're 20 and now they're 60 years old.
You're speaking my language here, dude.
And they're the ones running the things where they have no idea. They haven't been to fucking Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah, they haven't been anywhere, really.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what frustrates me.
Those are my least favorite people in the music industry.
Why are they pushing us out?
Because they're nerds. I don't know. They're just... They're jealous.
No, it's competitive.
Well, that too. But competitive and jealous kind of all goes together.
Is this crazy talk right now, Jack? You think so? Am I really being that crazy right now?
No, you're being pretty much 100% correct, actually.
But it's not like I'm not like attacking anyone. This is a broad stroke.
Yeah, broad
this
stroke.
This isn't on my individual pains. It's on the industry's individual pains of how we're going to figure out how to make this music industry successful for another 100 years to the next generation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or 10 years even.
10. Fuck. 3.
Yeah, it's not going good right now.
It's not going good.
Tickets
no one's
are bad.
buying tickets.
No, everything's doing bad.
Everything's inflated. The fucking CEO of Live Nation said it should be more expensive
that guy
tickets.
Pissed me off so bad, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
The guy making $150 million a year.
What are we doing here?
What does he do that he gets $150 million a year off concert tickets? And he probably
We're not doing it for the money.
No.
Well, some people are.
Yeah,
but musicians don't make any money.
Yeah, no one's like, I'm going to play saxophone so I can be rich someday.
No. We lost the meaning of why we're doing music. And that is what makes me sad.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You know? We played music for the get out, the getaway. I'm sorry this is a 24-minute rant.
I like it,
It'll be more fun later.
Yeah, just stick around. We'll be funny.
Live Nation hit $7 billion in revenue for second quarter.
So that's $28 billion for the year, assuming like it's ever all equal. How much of that's profit, though?
$6 billion in profit.
Yeah, fucking, come on, dude. That's a country.
Yeah.
That's a country in Europe.
And you want to charge more for tickets.
And this guy already makes $150 million a year.
And I'm not, we all have to play ball. I'm not talking shit.
I'm not either, but fuck that guy kind of, though.
What, the CEO?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's whatever. He's the CEO trying to make more money for his company. That's different.
I guess, but...
What we have to figure out as a community for live music and how we're going to keep all these... I'm talking about the vendors who fucking do the festivals, the festival promoters who now aren't taking risks to do festivals anymore. That's most of our bottom line for musicians.
Yeah.
Especially in the jam scene. We make money off fucking summer festivals. We don't make money off club shows.
No,
because the venues are charging too much for the rooms, yada, yada. We all need to be in a line together to say, everyone, we need to balance this shit.
What you're calling for is a union almost.
I'm sounding like a real socialist right now.
Yeah, but you're kind of
like Bernie Sanders right now. Old Bernie Sanders.
The problem with that is like we can never have a musicians union because all the musicians would have to do it together, and they're never going to do that.
But everyone needs to like say, okay, I get the old model worked, but it's like from CD to digital. You know, everyone had great model when we were selling CDs.
Yeah.
We went to digital. They changed the model.
Yeah.
It should be the same while we're losing all these big festivals.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That makes sense.
Anyway, how was your day?
My day? Better than yours.
Am I going to get in trouble for that?
Why did you even say that you didn't even attack anybody?
I know.
You were being very broad.
It's just like, everyone's like, we're a team. We're a fucking team. We're a team, brother. We're a team. We're the music industry. We're the outlaws. We're the outlaws. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Then let's be a team.
No.
Let's actually be a team.
Yeah, until it's time to pick your openers. It's like our seventh.
Evil Frasco. Here he is.
My headphones are cutting out. There we go. I'm back.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. That's the problem. That's why if you were so, like, that's why you're mad.
Am I wrong, Jack? Bo, am I wrong?
He's seen the P&Ls.
We're all working our ass off out here. Bo is fucking He's the hardest working man
in show business.
In fucking show business.
Yeah, dude. He works for you.
He's on that, and he's on. He's on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not.
Bleep.
Yeah.
Bleep. But you know what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
These
100%.
type of guys deserve the talking to for everyone leveling out the industry. Not me.
Mm-hmm.
You're fighting for the guys who are running lights. You're fighting for the guys who are engineers.
Monitors.
Everyone who runs the syllabus of the business. Yeah. And not just the suits in the fucking 30-foot floor, the 30th floor delegating work. Someone needs to fight for those guys.
The guys that don't go to the show unless it's in LA.
Man, my dad's going to fucking hate these. Like, you turned into a real socialist.
Yeah, but you're right.
I know.
You're not being a communist, at least.
No.
Ew.
I'm not saying even shitty musicians need to make the same amount of money.
No, there's also too many bands.
I don't know. I think less and less bands are coming out than ever.
Yeah, maybe there's too many musicians, actually.
Well, we all got sold the American dream that you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, that was a lie.
And maybe it was back then when there was less people, but now overpopulation. Now you can't do whatever you want. It's about how hard you're going to work to get what you want.
But then you might still fail, though.
And you might still fail, and you got to be okay with that. But at least in your brain, you fucking tried.
Yeah, it's better to fail than not try.
Rebellion. This is why we're in the music industry, people.
Yeah.
Don't be scared to rebel. All right. So did you buy a new cat or anything? Got a new dog in your life? Or
nope, just one that's dying. You want to talk about that?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God. This boy mad as hell.
I'm just not I'm not mad. I'm more just like
you're not wrong.
I'm like past mad. I'm just kind of defeated. And that's what bums me out.
Yeah. I gotta know what inspired this today.
What?
I gotta know what inspired this today.
I don't want to get into it. It's not, the main details are not important. It's just the syllabus of how we're running this industry is unethical to how I.
Yeah, that's true.
The reason why I joined the music industry when I was fucking 11 years old, reading All You Need to Know About the Music Industry by Donald Passon, my first ever book. At 11 years old, I read that book in guerrilla marketing, and I'm like. And it's the same reason why I got fucking fired at Geffen Records at 19 when I wrote them a 200-page fucking...
200 pages?
I wrote them a 200-page business outlook of how we can approach... This was 06, right after Napster, when the stealing's done. Now it's going to Spotify and New World. And I wrote this whole beautiful marketing plan. Beautiful. I sound like Trump there. I wrote this great marketing plan, and they fired me.
They probably took all your ideas and fired you.
They fucking fired me. I was like, that was when I started to become Evil Andy.
Evil Andy.
Just like I'm gonna start a new form of how musicians, I'm going to teach musicians how to fucking be self-sufficient with their shit.
Yeah.
How to be fucking powerful in your own world and not relying on others for your success. The only way your success is if you put fucking ownership in the work ethic that you fucking do. I'm going to clap for myself. Thank you.
So you've been watching Love Is Blind at all, or?
Yeah, I love Love Is Blind. That pisses me off too. I'm like, I moved to Denver because we're fucking weird, and I saw fucking Love Is Blind, and they fucking. I told you I got through. I was gonna be on that show.
No, I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah, I didn't tell you this last year.
No,
dude. The producer called me up, and said, "Hey, you're like a famous single person in Denver."
Is gay.
I'm like, so I was thinking about, like, that'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
But also fucking
you got to get married.
Terrorizing them.
Right?
Well, they start, they start nitpicking your personal flaws.
How Christian are you? How many kids do you want to have?
Yeah.
It's the most boring people I've ever seen in my life.
But they should have, Bo had a good point. They should do a little more of the other side of fucking Denver.
Yeah, it's all like CU Boulder finance graduates.
Yeah, they had a guy selling watches in Dillon. Like, who fucking buys watches in Dillon?
Also, no wonder you're single.
Like, the homie's wearing a $200,000 Patek watch.
Oh, really?
I was like, damn. This is not a fucking Colorado. This isn't who I see at fucking Don's.
No.
Or this isn't the fucking crowd I see at Cervantes.
And they're all like weirdly conservative. I don't mean politically. I'm just talking about like their lifestyles. And shit. They're like, where's no one has the bag.
I've never seen a tanner in Denver.
No, I don't see him anywhere. It's like none of these guys has the bag on them. This is Denver, dude. One of these guys got to have the bag on them.
Yeah. Someone told me one of the guys, the real estate broker, has like scammed like fucking 50
Julie was telling me
people.
that. He scammed my favorite Asian restaurant.
What'd he do?
I don't know. She just said he scammed him, but who knows? He probably just like fucked him over in some deal.
Oh, yeah.
How you going to scam over immigrants?
Ryan Dempsey.
Uh-oh.
Ryan.
I have to pee
so
bad.
Ryan,
I'll be right back.
Ryan, you're on the podcast.
Oh, good. I'm happy to be on your podcast.
Ryan Dempsey from Twiddle. Give it up for Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Yay! Can I clap? Yeah.
What's going on? What do you know about these aliens?
Dude, things are getting so crazy right now. Congress is literally like they're all looking into UAPs. So the word UFO became UAPs, and there are these anomalies that can go from 1 to 300,000 miles. I mean, yeah, like in the ocean. My friend from the Navy says they go 1 to 300,000 miles an hour.
Oh my God, it's nuts.
And the weird part though is they also know exactly where the jets that are chasing them and firing missiles are going to land. And they fired a missile at it, and it just kind of just blew it apart.
We're back.
Oh yeah.
And they're way smarter than us.
Do you think they're here to harm us, or do you think they're here to say, you guys? I know you guys have the matches. You're going to stop.
I would say the same thing. Like, the kids have the matches.
I think Dad's coming home and saying, you need to stop. So let's all take care of each other,
and lock in.
And lock in. Yeah, baby, let's lock in.
Time to
Atlas
lock in,
is
America.
coming. We better lock in, Dempsey.
America, let's lock in.
Yo, also,
Atlas is coming. Lock in.
Yeah.
Andy,
yeah, buddy.
Can I ask you for like $100,000, and I promise I'll pay you back?
Shit, my phone's dying, Dempsey. I got to call you back. Sorry. Hey, bud. I do owe you a call. Let me get through this podcast, and I'll call you today.
All right, get through it. I love you.
I love you, buddy. Thanks for answering. Love you. Bye. Bye. You love your bands, don't you? You really love your bands. If you really want to love your bands, and you really love your bands and want to support them the real way, head to volume.com and subscribe. Volume.com. Yes, this is the best live stream company in the business. Get your bands paid. You can subscribe for $5 a month. The shows are super quality. They have great cameras,
great audio, backstage footage, extra live streams. You want to get closer to the artist too? Where you get to meet us. Like I'm doing Monday morning motivations where we could all have coffee together and talk about how we're going to achieve and attack the week. So this is how you could support your favorite artist. Head over to volume.com and let's get personal.
Anyway, aliens to the music industry. What else do you want to talk about? Jesus Christ. What a fucking episode.
God. Halftime show?
Oh, yeah. Love is Blind.
Love is Blind.
Then I was pissed. Then this whole week has been crazy. Then I was kind of pissed.
It's a J. Crew commercial. It looks like a J. Crew commercial in that.
I'm like, Love is Blind is really going to portray Denver, my fucking hometown, which I fucking love.
Douchebags. It looks like they all like.
I was like, I'm getting sidebars like, you live here, bro? I'm like, you're watching Love is Blind too, bro.
Looks like a chain smokers crowd.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to inject some comedy into this.
Let's call Bayless.
Oh.
Wow, what
He might be picking up the kids at school. Or
the Bayless Frasco tour was amazing. We'll talk about that for a second. He knows. If I'm calling him at 3:20, he knows.
He might be baseball.
Oh. Call me. Jack, how we feeling about this episode, bud?
I actually think it's kind of good. It's not like hilarious, but I think it's good. You know what I mean?
It's thumping.
It's better than nothing.
No, look at life's not always going to be fucking roses and butterflies. And
nope, almost
ketamine.
never is actually.
The festival's fun though. Holy smokes!
Yeah, I want to hear about this. So you went to Cleveland of all places and had a festival.
We did. I can't. Little Stranger is really big in Ohio.
Really?
And we're decently big. We'll do pretty well in Columbus. And it was a good meeting of the minds. But that fucking Nelson's Legends, I loved it. It's a great place.
Yeah.
But some of the people who run that thing is pretty wild.
Scary, huh?
There's like Hell's Angels and shit running that shit.
There. Yeah.
They had one person because they also it was a great experience. Like 2,600 people showed up.
2,600 Browns fans. Hell yeah.
And it was like we only had 3 weeks to promote it. So
I know.
It was like people really wanted to come.
Mm-hmm.
But also like right next to the campgrounds, there's like where people people just rent like a fucking
camping.
Trailer park or
There's
whatever.
Camping.
That part of the area, a lot of people are getting kicked out for like smoking crack and shit.
Oh shit. Hell yeah. But that was not associated with the festival.
No, it was just the place is so beautiful. Like,
yeah, I've been there.
It's awesome.
I played a couple festivals there actually.
But we had a fucking blast, and we went in the crowd, and it showed how much love they just wanted a stranger and us to throw a festival. And I think we're gonna do it every year, right? Should we do it every year? We probably should.
Little Strangler.
Huge success.
That's my serial.
That was more people showed to that than a lot of these festivals we're going to.
For sure. That's my serial killer name, actually. I just realized.
What?
Little Strangler.
Little Strangler. Oh, fuck. That was so funny.
A lot of Browns jerseys out there I saw. I like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
But other than that, it's been good.
It looked really like it went really well. How'd the band play?
Band played great. I thought our second show was better than our first.
Because why?
I don't know. Me and Strangers is a little bit of this competition, which is kind of like a healthy competition, I guess. But we still even when we're competing, we still
that's good though.
Have each other's backs.
God damn it. No, I'm just kidding.
Why am I like this today?
I don't know, man. You were pretty chill right before then we turned the mics on and here we go, baby. I'm not mad. You're right.
I'm not mad.
No, I
just feel
just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed. Like a proud dad.
Yeah.
I just want us all to come together.
Lock
in before Atlas shows up.
I'm ready for Atlas. Let's do something new, man. I'm ready for some new shit, man. Fuck it.
Do you think? I just don't want them to I don't want to. If they're gonna kill us, I want them to kill us right away.
Oh,
I don't want this to be
more.
like a fucking slow.
No. I want to be vaporized and just go to wherever I go.
Just take us, man. Just whatever. It's fine.
Let me get some tacos first, maybe one last time or something. But I don't know. I've always thought it'd be kind of cool to be alive for the end of the world.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
People always get weird when I say that. I'm like, well,
we also don't have kids, so it's not as scary for us.
That's true. We don't have kids or anything really.
We don't have to we don't have anything to look forward to.
We don't have any purpose or meaning in our life, so yeah.
Nothing matters.
It is much easier.
Woo! World saving podcast today is just
world saving podcast.
sad.
Let's end the world.
No. I don't think. I think they come and give us knowledge. I'm going to be optimistic about this.
I mean,
if the aliens come, they're going to come just
why would they come all the way here to kill us? Because we're not a threat to them, so maybe you're right.
Right, what would they do? They need our resources? They're going to travel that long?
What if they need water?
Okay.
Then we're fucked. If they got here, they have better shit than us.
Who do you know that knows aliens? Do you know anyone know an alien?
I mean, the aliens thing is pretty interesting. I just feel like nothing ever happens. It's always some threat of this every 2 years, and then nothing happens.
Right.
It's going to be
Wait, do you know about Project Bluebeam? Ooh.
What's that?
Google like Project Bluebeam.
Sounds like an ice cream company.
This is turning into a Rogan podcast immediately.
Yeah, without all the viewers.
Project Bluebeam is Serge Monasset. What's that?
That's the guy that thought of it, probably the Canadian. He's dead, actually.
What is Project Bluebeam?
Drones.
It's basically
the
recent surge of mysterious drone sightings. Blah blah blah. Project Bluebeam since mid-November. The lack of answers.
Fake. He's saying they're faking the alien invasion.
They're faking the alien invasion.
I mean, that seems like some shit because there's a bunch of shit they're doing they don't want people to see. Epstein files, etc. Everything's just a distraction, man. Everything's just so distracted, man. It's so hard to give a shit anymore.
This episode should be called Dun Dun Dun.
I know. We need to have a dun 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 counter in the corner. Can we do that, Brian? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dun.
What's really fucked up about this AI thing is I think this is actually good for social media because no one will fucking want to be on social media anymore because everything is so fake.
Well, yeah, it already was, but now you can actually prove it.
Now it's just boring. There's no realness.
Yeah, social media is kind of dead. We already talked about this.
I'm kind of over social media.
It's just not fun.
So what are we going to do with our business then if social media is dead?
I mean, it's good for marketing, but I'm just talking about
Yeah.
It's a good marketing platform, but besides that, just the shit where it's I don't know, just post about opinions is stupid, but it's good to reach people.
I think so too.
I don't know, it's the more good something has, the more bad it has, I guess. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law of thermodynamics.
All jokes aside, between Love Is Blind, I kind of love these social experiments about getting married.
Have you seen Married at First Sight?
No, what's that all about?
It's you marry someone right away, and then you have to work it out. I got a girl that comes to trivia regularly. I'm not going to say her name, was on one of the seasons of that.
Really?
Yeah, she comes every week. I'll show you.
Did she divorce? Did she divorce him?
It didn't work out. I mean, only a crazy, the guy was worse than her, but it's for crazy people. And then they edit it to make you look even. Editing is a powerful tool, man. You can make people look really crazy with some good editing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you cut down all the shit I said out of context? I could be the most racist man on earth.
Well, that's a problem with this, open, this Sora thing. You heard about the Sora thing?
Yeah.
Open-faced AI, where you could kind of you could have control of people's AIs and make these videos.
Yeah. I don't know. There's going to be good stuff and obviously terrible stuff that comes out of it, but just like every other thing. The problem is you can't
Should
fight
I open my AI so people can make videos? I think it'd be fun for my fans.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that. I don't think you have to license yourself.
It'd be awesome if
Hopefully there's a way you can find to make money off it. That'd be cool.
Holy shit, Frasco's the Pope. And then people believed it.
Just throwing oil on people.
Yeah, throwing oil. Throwing Jägermeister.
What would your Pope name be? Because you have to change your name when you're Pope.
Is it Sir?
No, it's Pope something.
Oh.
Pope Leo's name isn't Pope. Isn't Leo. It's John.
Open AI copyright.
But it's when the Queen does that too,
Open AI. Explain this. Okay, go down. So AI, the copyright stuff, it's been weird to see how AI performs on stuff that you can't say, hey, I need you to put me in a Star Wars film.
No, I can't do that.
But if you say all the things that Star Wars is, then they put it in. That's still copyright infringement.
I did that to make my friend look Arab the other day.
Hey, come over here. Talk about it. We have our tech guy here. Jack, producer, get in this mic. So what's going on?
So the issue is that OpenAI doesn't care about anyone's copyright.
Put the mic closer to you.
Or intellectual property.
Okay.
And so their policy is basically we're going to do it anyway, and we'll see if anyone fines us for it or sues us for it or whatever.
Well, that's bad for the music industry.
Oh, yeah, it's bad for every industry. And so there's going to be a bunch of lawsuits, and eventually they will
Who they suing, though? ChatGPT?
Yeah, people will be suing OpenAI. So Disney will sue OpenAI or Nintendo or whoever, whatever these companies are whose IPs are being used without their consent.
Right.
So there will be a bunch of lawsuits. OpenAI will probably lose those lawsuits and have to pay a bunch of money, but they don't care because basically, as long as they get there first and get the most users as quick as possible, they'll make so much money that even if they have to pay billions of dollars of fines and stuff,
matter.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between ChatGPT and Google AI?
None really. Yeah, they're kind of the same things. They have the thing is like Google owns YouTube, so they're able to crawl YouTube.
Oh wow.
For stuff for AI. Versus OpenAI doesn't have their own platform, so that's why they're letting everybody just feed them stuff. But yeah, it's like the tech company. That's how they all do it, basically. It's like the move fast and break things, Mark Zuckerberg deal, like we'll just build it and then we'll pay the fines and it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Which shows a really broken economic system.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, just sue me.
Yeah.
And then it's a battle of
I'm
how
rich
much
as
money
fuck.
you have.
Sue me, I have $7 billion.
Yeah, and that's not fair either. That's like, well, that the wealth is that 2%, and then everyone else can't afford to sue the 2%.
Yeah, you know, it's oligarchy. You know, that's great. We're Russia now.
Wow.
So.
Anyway,
woo!
This
is like the most
sobering
depressing podcast of all
episode.
time.
Should we not post this?
This one maybe is just for the archives. I don't know. For the only Frasco subscribers. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. It's Andy Frasco, your local drunk. We're here to support Gardenista. Gardenista, our sponsors. So I've been substituting this from Jameson because I like the idea that there's ginger, lime juice, and green herbs in this. So I kind of feel healthy drinking this. I mean, they got all these different ones. Like, I was kind of nervous about this bourbon cocktail, but it's bourbon whiskey, green herbs, lime juice, ginger, and jalapenos. Got a little spice to it, but you put some ice in it, and it's actually a cocktail. And, like, I'm not really good at proportions, so it's already made for you. Look at this. It's cute, too. You could be on your table. You're like, oh, look, you're sophisticated. Do you want pop-off on your kitchen table, or do you want something that's pretty? Gardenista. Vodka cocktail. Grab it. Tell them Frasco sent you.
We got shows. We're playing in Boulder on the 17th.
Yeah, they got SpongeBob.
We're playing St. Augustine,
guitar.
Florida on the 19th.
That'll be fun.
We're doing a private party. It's like kind of culty. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's a cool company.
They're fun.
Yeah.
You
got to get in with them somehow.
Yeah, they're really cool. And then 24th, we're playing Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Way down
the
yonder
25th.
on the Chattanooga.
Ooh, Todd just called us perfect.
Perf.
Todd, Newport, Kentucky with Government Mule on the 25th.
Oh.
And Charlottesville, Virginia on the 26th. Shout out
Charlottesville.
to everyone listening to the Warren Haynes episode.
Yeah, dude, it's going really well.
It's fucking crushing.
He's
Todd
an interesting
called.
guy.
All right, here we go. Todd called.
Andy Frasco.
Well, at least let's hear what Todd has
he'll
to
be
say
a good
about
palate cleanser and all
He'll
the
be a
anger.
palate cleanse, yeah.
Hi, Todd Leslie.
Oh,
my God, I'm so sick
damn
of
it.
these people putting you on block, man.
Call me. Try again.
The music industry is not supposed to be a competition. We're supposed to be friends as long as I'm in first place.
Dude, this new iPhone is fucking horrible.
Should I update?
I can't even
No.
text.
AI,
Fuck
man.
Apple, dude. I am one of the...
Andy mad as hell this week, man. You got this boy mad.
I pay... Oh, here he is. I pay...
They are way too expensive.
I pay for a new phone every fucking year,
Yeah.
and it's bullshit. Hi, Todd. You're on the podcast.
Frasco, I am on the podcast.
You're on the podcast.
Hi,
Todd Glass, everyone.
And Nick's
Oh,
here.
what do I have to perform? Hey, I don't understand why, like Reese's Cups, they double stuff them, they do well. And then you see Oreos are doing very well double stuffed. Kit Kats double stuffed them and they're doing well. So if I was the owner of a company, I would think, oh, people like double stuffed shit, Americans. So what the fuck is Pop-Tart waiting for?
Yeah, thanks, Todd.
Finally. All right,
Thank
hang
you.
up on. Just hang up.
Thanks, Todd.
Oh, they go, double stuff the inside, double stuff. I said, double stuff the whole fucking thing and shove it in a pouch, and I'll shove it up my ass, and we call it a day. Andy, how can I help you?
Todd, I want to talk about it's coming up. We're doing the Todd Glass, Andy Frasco,
Oh, yeah.
Thanksgiving Spectacular, where we're going to be taking mushrooms at your house and eating Thanksgiving. Can you tell the audience what is going to happen at this lovely event?
Well, thank you for asking. Is anybody else with you?
Nick Gerlach, he wants to come too.
Nick, please. Hi, Nick. Okay. I'll make it simple. So I don't like a lot of, I like to enjoy things, not get caught up in the, like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. I always try to go, how can I enjoy the holiday, make it look cool, but with not a ton of effort? So what we do is, I said, last year, remember I said we'll have our favorite Thanksgiving sandwiches. So some people bring turkey, bring stuffing, we'll put it all out with like 5 types of bread. People can come and they can make their own sandwich, right? Fuck that. That was even too hard. So I'm telling everybody, it's still a lot of work. I want it to look nice. So this year I'm saying, I don't care if you make it at your house or there's somewhere in LA where that makes a great Thanksgiving sandwiches. Everybody brings like 2 or 3 of their favorite Thanksgiving sandwiches. We get here, we cut them in 3, put them in a basket. And then I'm going to make like a Thanksgiving like casserole because that's easy. Boom, you put it in a crock pot. It's got everything in it, like turkey, stuffing, all that stuff. Everybody bring it, and then it's out. If you want one at 6 o'clock, eat one. If at 11 o'clock you're hungry again, you go get another one.
What about the mushrooms, Todd? What about the mushrooms?
3 minutes on
sandwiches. I wouldn't be doing all this other shit if I wasn't fucked up on mushrooms.
But are we going to do all this effort and then we're going to be tripping dick and not be hungry?
Well, I'm sorry I told you the boring part. All Andy wants to know about is the mushrooms.
3 minutes on sandwiches with no jokes.
Probably sitting there rolling your eyes at all the other stuff. So, yeah, no. Because we'll eat later. You always get hungry.
That's true.
That's true.
But later you are.
Todd,
or maybe you have a third of a Thanksgiving sandwich. Not too much where you're stuffed and the mushrooms don't take effect. But that's all I wanted to say. What?
Todd, when did America lose its soul?
They didn't. Don't get me started.
No, I want to get you started. What do you think?
Yeah.
This is why I've been ranting about this most of the whole podcast. I need someone who has a different perspective on it. What do you think?
Well, Andy, I'll be honest. I give my perspective a lot because I feel like I'm one of the small few that have this perspective. Look, things are not good right now with what's happening in the world. But
right.
But put that aside. Even a lot of these problems that we're having stem back even before Trump was 2010. Let's go back to 2010, right?
Right.
And I don't think it's because we decline. I hear people go, "What happened? We used to have civility." No, we didn't.
Agree.
No, we didn't. What? How far back do you want to go? Was it civil that black people couldn't eat with white people? Was it civil that a woman couldn't do any job she wanted? Was it civil that gay people couldn't get back? It was not civility. For maybe certain people, it seemed that way. But if you take a look at how we treated all human beings, it wasn't that civil. That's why I love a good conversation. So someone tries to throw it in, whatever happened, that's when it ruins it for me. Even if I agree with the problem, I don't connect it to it used to be better. Does that make sense?
How can we make it better?
Well, that's a little more complex. But, one, by realizing that it didn't used to be better. That's a start. If you can just go, oh, that made sense. I think before you debate anybody or discuss something, you have to say to them, do you mind being wrong? Now, that sounds like a loaded question, but someone that has an opposing view. And then they could say to me, Todd, do you mind being wrong? Right?
Right.
Get me so far?
Totally.
Okay, I think I'm saying this clean, so I'm going to go a little bit more here.
Come on, get in there.
Most people don't want to be wrong, including me, but as I got older, I evolved. But I know what it's like not to want to be wrong because I was like that in my first few relationships. You realize you're wrong inwardly, but then outwardly, you can still put up a big fight. You just don't want to be wrong. You have to say to yourself, laying in bed, would I mind if my whole theory on this world, I had it wrong, like the used to be better? Can you get that out of somebody's mind? It's like a drug. It's very hard. But here's what I want to say. People go, Todd, would you mind being wrong? Of course I have to ask myself that. But I will tell you this, as cocky as it seems. I think that all these problems come down to, if you wanted to what's the running theme through all of them? Instead of discussing this issue or that issue, there seems to be a running pattern in the world that There's people that want to do things a new way, and there's people that want to keep it the same.
Right.
Doesn't matter how far back you go. Any social issues, or even like I love to say, picking up your dog shit. Nobody wanted to pick up their dog shit. Nobody wanted non-smoking restaurants. So there seems to be a theory of, not a theory, it's something that happens where there's a certain group of people, should women be allowed to do this? There's a certain group of people that want to try it the new way, and there's certain people that want to keep it the way it is. Go back to this, go back. But it seems history writes that the new way is better. Now, you can't decide that if we're looking at topics on hand, but if you go back to even ask people now, go, hey, well, let's see, if they're going to answer honestly. But if you go back to any of the issues of 30 years ago, try to get out of, when it's not still in the chopping table, do you think, I always go to the same.
I totally agree.
Do you think that women should be able to do any job they want? Most people are not going to go, no. Do you think black people should be able to eat with white people? Yes. Do you think that black children should go to school with white children? Yes. Do you think white people should be able to marry black people? Yes. Do you think gay people, you think it's an illness? People are going to go, no. So it seems to be, if you want to be a betting man, it seems to be in the midst of it, you think you're right, I think I'm right. But when things come, the side that wants to do it a new way seems to, the history writes that decision better.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Now, that's in a moment in life where you have to want to, you want to get out of your own way. There's someone that's listening to this right now that what I just said doesn't fit into what they believe. You at least have to pause and go, he is right.
Yes.
That is right. There's I want to do it the new way. You want to do it the old way. And like I say, it doesn't have to be social.
What's your take on tacos?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just kidding. No, I totally agree. It does. I think you cleaned it up. I think, yes, we're viewing the future from the lens of the past, and that's not how we should approach the future. You're saying some people are.
Some people seem to think that it was better back in the day. Yeah, maybe for certain groups of people it was.
Yeah,
right.
It was a simpler time. People go, oh, it was a simpler time. You had your youth. But this,
I get it.
And also, I'll tell you one other thing. Can I go a little further?
Come on.
Look, this doesn't mean that the people that want to go backwards or go backwards, it doesn't mean that they, hold on. I got my thought here. They want to go backwards. But, it doesn't mean that the people that want to go backwards, yes, I want to acknowledge that what they do to these groups of people that they're arguing for their rights, and they make their lives hard, whatever group you want to talk about.
Right.
But I'm almost done. Don't worry. But I will say this: they might put a stop on it. They might block it. But they never stop anything. And I'll tell you why they don't. They never stop anything. Again, I could go through that whole list. Did they stop that? Did they stop that? Hey, we still have a lot of work to do in all those categories, but they've never really stopped anything. Do we pick up our dog shit? Do most civil-minded people don't? Because back then, they didn't even modestly say, oh, now we're going to pick up our dog shit? I mean, I know it's the right thing to do, but still, no, it was like, you're a fucking lunatic. When we had non-smoking restaurants, oh my God, the world's gone to shit. But they never stopped it. They never stop anything. They slow it down. They make everybody's life up. They never stop anything.
Do a joke.
Think about that. Think about that. They never stop anything. It's almost like you say it like a bully. What the fuck does the other side ever stop? And that is because they bank that kids get dumber. And that is where they lose. Even if somebody on that side would have the acknowledgement to go, maybe that's right. That's why we lose every time, because we go, kids get stupider and stupider. No, they get smarter and smarter, and you thinking they're stupider is why you lose. Because when you don't, if you were aware how brilliant they were, maybe your fight would be different. I'm not saying I want them to win, but kids don't get stupider and stupider. People love to say that, the kids today. They've been saying that for how many goddamn years? You should be embarrassed to say that even if you're right. It's such a boring conversation to hear kids get stupid. And there's people listening right now to your podcast, maybe even you, that will not go back to their lives. Look, I hope it does, and maybe I'm saying this so it does, that will change anything they think. It won't change. Most people, it's like a drug. They might be to hear it now and go, yeah, I guess he has a point. Most people think kids get stupider the first time the kids have a different theory than them, like Bill Maher, he goes, what happened when you used to go to colleges and these kids were forward thinking? And I sarcastically, with all the sarcasm in the world, want to go, Bill, when did you think that they weren't? Because he's acknowledging, they used to be forward thinking. I would do these shows. So let me ask you a question. Did you start thinking they weren't forward thinking when they disagreed with something you said? Instead of going, holy shit, these kids are disagreeing with something I say. They have an amazing track record of being on the right side of history. Maybe should I at least give them a fucking listen? Right. And being quiet isn't listening. Just because you're shutting up while the other person talks doesn't mean you're digesting.
Like me right now.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
You asked me and I said it.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
You're totally right. It's I think you're completely right. The idea that the youth aren't smarter than the people who have already lived here is wrong. And I think there's better ideas from the youth that we could actually, if we actually listen to, maybe it can help because it's the future. So it's an idea of being stubborn. We got to stop being stubborn.
We're stubborn. I always said it's your ego. I always said if automotive, like if a car had an ego, we wouldn't have fuel injections.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, true.
Because the car had an ego. You'd go to give it fuel injection. Nah, this carburetor's all right. if machines had egos.
Pretty good.
And it just makes sense. I'm not saying all young people, by the way. Just because you see a young person that's stupid.
What about when AI gets an ego?
Well, and you know what? Even AI, there's also running patterns that you can look. You can, if we talk about what's good for, is AI good or is AI bad? On a good day, maybe you could make a better point than me, and maybe you could win. I don't really know the answer.
Okay.
But I do know this. And if you pay attention to patterns, that's the way we cure diseases. We pay attention to patterns. There seems to be a history, again, of these things that they thought were going to ruin ... Yeah. I think someone said, is it the stenograph or the first record? What was that called? The
Phonograph.
That was going to ruin the music business. I think like Andy Williams or an older performer said, it's going to ruin the music business. There seems to be a running history of people that think TV is going to ruin the business. This is going to ruin business. And years later, it didn't. It didn't. So maybe this one will be different. But I can tell you, when you go to make that decision, is AI going to be bad? Is it going to be the demise of the world? If you're a betting man and you just want to win money, like if someone goes in 30 years, what's going to happen? You know, you're probably going to be wrong. Even though if we argue about it right now, you could win on a Thursday. Maybe I'd win on a Friday if we just took at what we're dissecting on the plate right now. But if you go back and look at the history of it, with not minding, as you gather these facts, not minding if these facts don't, come against what you think, look at all the things we thought were going to ruin kids or ruin this or ruin that. We usually have bigger fish to fry. And we usually don't look at the thing that really is the demise. People thought Elvis moving his crotch around was going to be the end of the world. People really believe that. Like, now we're fucked. It's hard to believe that, and I think, Todd's exaggerating. No, people were like, what the fuck is going on?
That's true.
Now go back at that year. Go back at that year and look at what's going on in the landscape of this world, how we were treating marginalized groups, and you go, Elvis's crotch, really?
Right.
So I always say, don't guess the
Elvis's
problem and have
crotch.
it. What?
I was just
you were telling.
I was laughing at your joke.
Yeah.
Am I on the podcast?
Yeah.
You're on the podcast.
Well, I'm exhausted.
I
had a clean. I think I got everything out.
You did.
I think you got it all.
One more thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I swear. When I say the kids today are smarter, I'm not talking about every single child or everything. I should say young adult.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the involved kids, the kids that are involved, the kids that are fighting for this or fighting for that. Sometimes they go about it wrong once in a while, but the issue that they're arguing, they're always right. They have an amazing track record of being right, but it doesn't look like it. If you run a company and you're a CEO and you have an amazing track record, people listen to what you fucking say.
Yeah.
But because we're afraid of death, I think that's what it might be. I'm just taking a stab at it. We're afraid of death, and instead of talking about that in a real way to go, I don't want to die. I like it here. I don't really want to die. So we come up with a Band-Aid for it. Oh, at least we were born at a better time. At least the kids today are dumber. At least music today.
Right.
At least we were born when music was good. At least we were born when comedy was good. That's a Band-Aid.
You're right.
Instead of saying it's scary to die and there's still good music.
Speaking of death,
It's
do you,
still great
what do you think of aliens? Do you think they're going to come after us?
I have no idea. At least, if I don't have an idea, I say it.
Hey, so guys.
I got one more thing.
Okay.
People, as much as I'm opinionated, I don't mind not weighing in on things. People don't really want the right answer. I think they want the answer that they, in their head, is right.
This brings us back to the first part of the podcast. That's why we're going to keep this episode.
Right.
Well, when it comes to what people, do you want what's right? Or do you want what you had in your head and you want that to be right? Do you mind being wrong? It goes
Right.
Like, I'll give you an example. When we're talking about issues of today, what should we expose children to? What should we not expose children to? What's wrong with going, and I'm not even joking, there's a website you can get this answer. You're going, what does Sesame Street think? Well, why Sesame Street? Well, wouldn't you agree that they have been on the right side of history, integrating different races and talking about things in an honest way? So what's wrong with going, I don't know what my stance on this is. I want to go to someone that has a rich history of being ahead of their time and doing things right. I'm going to defer to Sesame Street. But again, that's not what people are looking for. You're looking for people that agree with you. I think the biggest drug that is the demise of society isn't prescription drugs. It's complacency. It's trying to get people to believe or get them to understand your view that you have, this view that you go through life with. It's wrong. And it's like a drug. It's very hard to yank them out of it because they believed it so long. They don't want to be wrong. It's like being on drugs. Just because you say, hey, I'm a drug addict or I'm an alcoholic, that doesn't mean that's the start. Then there's a lot of work. Even if you were to go, God, what Todd said sort of made sense. I think I might be that person he's talking about. That doesn't mean there's not a lot of work ahead of you to change this adage you've been living with for such a long time.
If you want to hear these thoughts, if you think this podcast is interesting, think about when Todd's on mushrooms, the thoughts he has going through his head. Come on over to the Todd Glass Thanksgiving special. What's up, buddy?
Can I tell you one more thing? Yeah. My show that I'm doing in New York, now you might go, what? I'm not really talking about any social issues. I did on my last Netflix special. This one, by my own choice. Maybe my next one I'll talk about social issues. I'm not talking about any social issues. I just wanted the show that I'm doing in New York and the show that I'm touring with right now. I just want, people can tell that I hopefully I'm progressive because of some of the, you say things indirectly, even if you're not marching and waving a flag. But yeah, I just want this to be for people to go out, have a good time, and sort of not deal with that. The only chunk I have in my act.
Second City, first week in November. Come out to see Todd Glass.
Second City, the 7th to the 17th, 15 shows.
And what one of your close friends is going to come to the first weekend? I forgot.
Andy Frasco, baby.
Am I still here?
I'm so glad you're going, and I love you to death, and I love Nick to death, and I'm so excited that you're going to be there. I really am. I was talking to Vinny the other day, and I'm like, I just love. I never get over our friendship, and then I
love you, buddy.
You.
I love you.
I missed you, Todd.
I miss you too.
I got to give Nick some attention, but I love you so much. Let me call you back in a little bit.
I'm gonna text you.
Okay, bye. Gotta run. Sorry.
Gotta
run. He's so fucking funny.
Todd Glass is the greatest, but I think he nailed it on the head.
Yeah, I think in there a couple. So I actually agree with everything he said.
I did. I dozed off a little bit. I was trying to get when he gets into his he's not breathing. He's just talking.
It's impressive, actually.
It's pretty impressive. He's really brilliant. He's a brilliant man.
He's a brilliant man that I agree with almost all the time.
You will check out the Todd Glass Thanksgiving special.
That looks awesome.
The mushrooms on ice. We call it. You gonna come to that this week here?
What
do you do for Thanksgiving? You go home for Thanksgiving?
No, I already told you. My family doesn't
come
do
have
Thanksgiving
with us.
Just got to make sure Julie's in Denver, and then I can do it.
Okay, bring her.
I can't leave Denzel at home alone.
And you can't leave Julie.
Yeah, I can. She doesn't care.
All right, guys. I think we nailed it. I think we nailed it on the head today, right? It was a great podcast. We're getting worried. It was getting a little sad, but now this is an informational podcast.
Yeah.
We learned a lot today. We learned about the music industry. We learned about aliens.
Tech guys suck.
Tech guy, AI stuff. And then Todd Glass to put a bow on it that
a quick 20
the
minutes.
future isn't as scary as we think it is because we have to believe in the youth that they're going to take care of it. So I believe.
The past is much scarier in the future.
Yes. All right, guys. Enjoy your Tuesday after that manic-ass episode.
I hope you got a good lunch or something.
Hope you had a good lunch. That was really chewable. That was like
Yummy.
chewing grass today. Goodbye.